Winnipeg's population growth has stayed steady around the 1% mark over the last decade, but even with those steady numbers, we're still seeing a rise in the cost of living within Winnipeg. Everything these days, from food to rent or a mortgage, has gone up in price over the past couple of years. But not to worry, Winnipeg is still one of the most affordable cities when in comparison to other cities in Canada. I'm here to break down just how much you need to be able to afford to live in Winnipeg. Hey everyone, it's David Green and welcome to another edition of Homes in the Peg. If you want to learn everything there is to know about living, working, and playing in Winnipeg, this is the place to find it. Make sure to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're notified every time I make a new video. And if you're planning to move to Winnipeg in the near future, make sure to contact me. You can give me a call, you can text, or write me an email. I've got your back on everything you need to know about moving to Winnipeg. Now, when you're comparing Winnipeg to other cities in Canada, Winnipeg offers affordable housing, transportation, and affordable food costs compared to others. So that makes it the ideal location for families and young entrepreneurs. Now, before moving to Winnipeg, there are some factors that you need to consider, and we'll go over those right now so that you spend your money wisely. Now, over the past few years, we've seen the cost of living rise dramatically everywhere around the world, and Winnipeg is no exception. However, some of the different services that are provided within the city make it more affordable than other cities in the area. Now, as a family of four, you're looking at an average of about $5,000 per month. Now, as a single person, you're looking at about $2,400 a month. That makes Winnipeg the second cheapest city in all of Canada. The cost of living in Winnipeg is cheaper than 90% of cities within North America. So how does this affect the housing market in Winnipeg? Well, 2019 numbers show that the average home sale was $291,000. Now, that number increased to an average of $360,000 by the year 2022, thanks to low interest rates and the pandemic. Now, those numbers have averaged down a little bit, just slightly, to an average now of $352,000 in 2023. Now, the cost of goods and services can also vary depending on the location you choose to live in. For example, someone who lives in River Heights can expect to pay more in services than someone that lives in other parts of the city due to the fact of the value of the homes in the area. Now, if you like the information that I'm giving you, be sure to give this video a like so the algorithm can tell me that I'm doing a good job. Now, another part of cost of living expenses is utilities. Utilities is something that is unavoidable whether you own or you rent. Someone is paying for heat, water, and electricity within the home that you're living in. Now, Manitoba Hydro takes care of heat, electricity, and gas. Now, these are essentials that they provide to you. Right now, as of this video in 2023, they are charging just shy of 9.5 cents per kilowatt hour, which is nearly half of what Ontario Hydro is charging, which is currently 18.2. Now, this brings the average hydro bill in Winnipeg, including gas, to a roughly $90 to $120 per month. Transportation is also a major factor in the cost of living. If you're driving a car, it is good to know that gas prices in Winnipeg in the month of November of 2023 was roughly $1.63 per liter. Now, this has been averaged out by the past year at around the $1.60 mark. Now, car insurance is run by a provincial program called MPI, Manitoba Public Insurance. Now, depending on the vehicle, the average rate for a car insurance is about $1,100 a year. This puts Manitoba roughly in the middle mark at 6th when it comes to the price of insurance. Now, if you're not able to pay that entire amount at once, there are monthly payment plans. Now, another expense if you're using a car on a regular basis is to think about parking. Are you driving downtown? Are you paying for a parking spot where you live? These are the type of expenses that you need to factor in. Now, the City of Winnipeg charges for street parking in certain areas of the city. Those prices can range anywhere between $1.75 an hour to $2.75 an hour. Private lots are also available at monthly fees ranging anywhere from $150 to $250 a month. Now, if using your own vehicle sounds like a large expense, there is public transportation available within the City of Winnipeg. Now the fare varies depending on how you pay for the services. There's cash and there's an e-card. Cash fare is $3.15 per ride. A 7-day pass is $28 and the monthly pass is $107. Now, if you're planning to use public transportation, there is a bit of a catch. The service can be a little bit scarce depending on the location that you live in. So when you're moving to Winnipeg, you need to consider, where am I going to live? Where am I going to work? And are the services in between adequate for your needs? These are the type of questions that I can answer for you as your realtor. Now, if you're coming from a place like Alberta, this next one might hurt a little bit. We do have a provincial sales tax. So on top of the 5% GST, there is a 7% provincial sales tax, bringing the entire sales tax total to 12%. Now, if you're coming from somewhere like Ontario, their harmonized sales tax is at 13%. So it's actually 1% lower here in Manitoba. Now, it's important to look at all the expenses as a whole. When compared to other cities in Canada, Winnipeg is one of the most affordable places to live. With access to so many public services and a lower than average housing cost, home ownership is within reach for the average Winnipegger. If you liked this video and want to know more about working, living, and playing in Winnipeg, be sure to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and ring that bell so you're notified every time I make a new video. And if you're planning to move to Winnipeg, be sure to contact me. You can call me, text me, or email. I got your back on everything you need to know about moving to Winnipeg.